What's up? What's going on, everybody? You have now tuned into my Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. Guys, make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet done so, and comment down below for your chance to be featured in my next Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. Also, don't forget, you know my other channel is popping, y'all. That's Samore Love TV. And that's where I do my little hair reviews and all that other good stuff. So this one's going to be up in probably like a week or two. I just reviewed it today. That's why I still got the makeup on and whatever. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Oh, did y'all see the Soul Train Awards? Did y'all see Tay Tay? Her eyes was bugged out, but she was singing. She was doing her thing. Yo, her eyes be like... like she having a freaking orgasm or something. Who else did a good job? SWV. I was like, yes, y'all was doing it, taking me back in the days to when I was a little girl, honey. And who else we saw that did? Oh, no, unless you give it a touch. Cupid does it right. That was my jam back in the days. Who else was pretty good? I mean, there was other people, of course. We're not going to do a whole awards recap, but I know that my Housewives of Atlanta recap's going to be real short because I only got a few things I have written down. It was nothing like that really OD stuck out to me. It was just like kind of like they knew that there was other stuff coming on today. Like it was, what, my mother called me to tell me that the Miss Universe or Miss America was on, which I didn't even watch. And also the Nickelodeon Awards was on, so my son wanted to see that. And then, of course, the Soul Train Awards. So it was a lot of competition around the same time. But, of course, thank goodness for DVR, I was able to see everything. I was also so proud of living legend Toni Braxton, honey. She was shaking that little thing, and she made me remember how much I love that song, My Man. What are you thinking? Did you know I made him leave? Did you know I stay, girlfriend? I don't know the words, but you know that's how the song go. I definitely had to get it on my Spotify. I was like, oh yes, I like this song. We probably need to start doing some current events, y'all, because there be stuff I be wanting to talk to y'all about. But we're going to talk about this right now. So, okay, Gregg, he is coming back to life. I mean, we can definitely see that he's not the same Gregg that we're used to. He definitely was moving a little bit slower. But, of course, he was recovering. He just had, like, heart surgery or whatever. They went into, like, his artery through his hand, and then it collapsed. So they had to, like, kind of check, make sure there was no blockage. You know, it's definitely a lot to deal with, and especially being that he's an older man, of course, it may take him a longer time to recuperate. But, you know, he's a fighter, and he's doing his thing, and he's looking into his options for the future because he may need to get, like, a pacemaker or something else. Sharee, she's still meeting with the life coach. He's giving her things that he wants her to implement into her life, and just to kind of move forward and be able to release herself. And she also wants to get into some domestic violence stuff. I think that that's what a lot of people do nowadays. Like when they get into some kind of issue, some kind of problem, the next thing is they're going to use that as their next stepping stone. So if you just got beat down by somebody, or if you had any type of domestic violence issue, you take it to the next level and you become an activist for it. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I guess it depends on the person and how passionate they are. Because some people are just doing it for the money. And just because they know that now they have followers that are following them because they see that they experienced it. And then there's some people that's really like, they was heartbroken. They're passionate about what they do. So those are the people that I really look to and that I really commend and congratulate and say, yes, you know, you're doing something to make a difference in this world. Not just doing it for a check. So it looks like Lauren and Porsha, they seem at first like, you know, I guess even though they have some type of animosity, some type of problems with each other, they're not letting that bring them down, or, well, let me not say bring them down, but they're still allowing themselves to at least show some emotions when they see each other. They hug each other or whatever. So that was nice to see, you know, even if it was fake or whatever. When Lauren came in the house and the cousin was there as well, it was a little bit awkward, but luckily they were able to kind of talk it out. And Lauren, she reveals that she kind of feels like she doesn't have a degree in this stuff. The company's getting bigger, and she feels like she's going to get replaced because she doesn't know all this stuff. She's kind of learning it as she goes along. She's probably doing a pretty good job and has to do a lot of research, but she's doing what she has to do. She's been helping from the ground up, but now it's getting so big that it's like, she feels like Porsha's going to be like, I need to get real people to actually manage this, like, and pay them real money or whatever. So I think that's her battle in her head, but she doesn't really want to bring it up to Porsha. So that's where it's kind of messing up their family bond and their relationship. Because, if you're not talking about something and you're kind of holding it in all the time, then of course one day it's just going to like boom, like a bombshell. And it's like, but hold on, wait a minute. Like, I didn't even know you was feeling like that, So that's kind of, damn, boo thing is hitting me up. So that's kind of where it is with them two. But Porsha did say, regardless of anything, she's building this for them. So she's not going to do that. She says that she's there to stay. So hopefully, you know how sometimes people say things, but then eventually it's like, dang, this is too hard for me to do on my own, for us to do on our own. Let's get some more people in here. So, hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully she always keeps her as one of the top people in charge and just kind of allows her to maybe take classes or something that she can excel at. Because I feel like it's one of those things where you never did anything else. So it's like, this is all I know. And it's like, what have I done to make myself a better human being? What have I done for myself so that if this doesn't work out, what's my fallback plan? That's what I kind of feel like she is. I kind of felt that way at one point. Well, not really. I can't really say that because even when I was at my other job that I was at for 12 years, I also took phlebotomy classes just because I always wanted to feel like I was still learning. I always, with my YouTube channel, I'm always taking like little seminars or looking up stuff online in order to excel myself. So I feel like I still had something as a backup plan. I sell hair, I can make wigs. There's other things that I can do as a fallback plan. It's not like, what other trades do I have or what other purpose do I have in life, But it kind of can make you feel like that if that's the one and only thing that you've done. And for me, that was like, I've had other jobs before that, but that was like the longest, most consistent. So it was like, damn, now I have to start all over. I have to go to interviews. It's kind of like you have to start fresh. So I think that's her fear right there. It's like starting fresh, like super fresh, because she don't know nothing else. So now Nene, she's having this big soiree, but she says that it's with Gregg's blessing because he doesn't want her to kind of be stressing about everything. He just wants her to just kind of free herself, to be relaxed. So... And he was downstairs too when she was doing everything. So, I mean, I guess he likes to have people around him. Or maybe it was already something pre-planned, premeditated, so they had to go along with it regardless to what was going on, Kind of one of those things. But let's say you wanted me to do it. So anyways, honey child, she's gonna do this thing where it's girls and gays, and she's just trying to make it grand. Everybody has to wear white. On the flip side, Cynthia, she goes on her second date with that same guy that we saw last time. And I don't know, just something about him don't rub me the right way. Like, I just feel like he's too smooth. I mean, I could be totally wrong because I'm not a mind reader, but just by the way he kind of acts and how he's all like, oh, when am I going to go to Lake Bailey? And she's just like, oh, I don't know yet. And he's like, well, we should be there right now. Like, a lot of truth is said in jest, and he's saying it funnily, like, like he's saying a joke, but I kind of feel like if she would have said yes, it would have been on and popping, you know what I mean? Like, he's just kind of opening the door to see if she would come in type of thing. But she wasn't. She's just like, if we keep doing this the way it's going, then maybe soon, but not right now. Maybe I'll make you something, But I don't know. And then he was like, oh, I was on the blogs. How did that happen? But he didn't seem upset about it. I'm pretty sure he was kind of excited about it. His name is getting out there at the end of the day. So I don't know about him. I gotta look at him a little bit longer and see what he's really about. Like, does he have any other chicks? Like, they have to have that sit-down conversation and just kind of see where they're at. Because, at the end of the day, there's a lot of germs out here. There's a lot of STDs. I mean, it's a lot different from when she was dating before. I mean, she's been with Peter for a little minute now, so I mean, definitely got to make sure you get tested and all that other good stuff. The dating game has changed. I'm happy I'm not in it right now, but you know, when I see it and I think about, oh my gosh, what if I have to go back to that? Like, it's just scary. Oh my God, because it's so crazy out here. There's so many lies. I remember back in my days, it was like so many liars. And I'm just like over the BS. Like, I would just rather be alone if that was the case. If I have to like go back to that crowd. Anyway, so, what happened after that? And for the house, I just feel like the house is just so private. Like, if he's a stalker, then he's gonna be always knocking on her door. He's gonna be trying to pop up randomly to see her. You know, like, house is a big step. Like, how about we go to your house? Why they gotta go to her house for? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just seems like he's wanting too much, too quick. So Nene, she has her little girls and gays soirée that she's having. It's a nice big turnout in her nice beautiful house. I mean, those doors are so huge. Oh my goodness. Like, her house is just like a palace. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Oddly enough, one of the first people that came was Marlo. They're back in good graces, I guess, after they kind of like had their little like war of the tongues. Now they're back all good and everything. And Kim Zolciak, she's making appearances on this show. I guess her little tardy for the party isn't making enough money, so she wants to come on here now. get them Real Housewives of Atlanta checks with the OGs real quick. Lisa Wu came back on, even though she had left years ago. She made a little appearance. She's still looking young and fabulous. Kim looks even better than ever, except for the lips. I mean, they're a little much, but I mean, other than that, her skin looks great. Her body looks great for somebody that's had so many kids. I mean, who would have thought, right? So yeah, I mean, it was a nice turnout. Then they all go back inside, and I don't know if Kim was drunk, if she was drinking a little bit too much or whatever she was drinking, but she was acting real a-hole-ish, like for real. Kenya was talking about her husband, and she was just like, oh, he doesn't exist, he's not real. Like, just saying it so loud, being belligerent. It was just real stink and not classy at all. I mean, you would expect Kenya to be on some trashy, unclassy. But it was just, I don't know. I just felt like it was the wrong time. She was doing the most. That's what I felt like. And it was kind of uncalled for. You know, it was an okay moment. Everybody was real chill, and she just was kind of like messing up the moment, just saying no, you know, making faces every time she talked about her husband. Like, why are you so concerned about it at the end of it all? You're happy, you have your husband, you have your kids. So just let her enjoy her moment, you know? So she's going, and finally Kenya kind of like takes the bait and she starts. And you know, when Kenya starts, she ain't gonna finish really quickly. So, and she will dig into your freaking kidneys and your liver and make that shit hurt you. I mean, for real, that's what she'll do. Get right up inside there and jam it in there and kind of twist and turn it up. Yeah, that's exactly what she was doing. She was like, well, how about you let your daughter go pimp your daughter out for some John Legend tickets again or something like that. And I don't know too much about this little juice right here, but this juice was sweet. I was just sitting here like, well, hot diggity damn, maybe I gotta go look this up. Like, she was like, oh, I see you follow me on Twitter. So I'm like, oh, so you put this out on Twitter? What is going on here? I have to look this up because I don't know what's going on. If you guys know, put it down below because I'm like totally lost. I love to read it from y'all. But yeah, that was pretty much the episode. I mean, it left with that little juicy juice right there. And now it's pretty much it. So we want to see. It's one of those to be continued. I'm like, why you gotta put to be continued? I mean, at the end of the day, we gotta watch the next episode anyway. I mean, because you left it at a cliffhanger. I mean, most times it's kind of at a cliffhanger anyway. Like, who came up with this whole to be continued for reality shows? I don't know. Whatever. I guess it's like to kind of draw you in. Whatever. I was gonna watch it either way. I want to know what's going on. You ain't have to put to be continued. Stay fabulous, live free. It's so limitless. I'll see y'all on the next one. Later.